Hi, welcome to the Todd and Debra Show. This is episode 32, and we're sort of doing a geezer review this week.
It's a geezer review, for sure. It's just that we usually do them after we've had the product longer, but we are so excited about this one, and this one's time sensitive. That's why we're doing it kind of prematurely.
And it all fits into one of the main things that we've talked about as far as retirement and being geezers, and that is being on top of and making certain that you're evaluating services and service providers and things like that.
Yeah, things change.
They change, and it's amazing. It's like in our case, what we realized with our budget is that one of our larger items was cell service. The cell companies right now are having major wars to try to get new customers and to try to get customers to leave one and come to the other. And they're offering amazing things of unlimited data. They're giving cash for handing in phone lines. They're doing all kinds of things. So we said, hey, let's look at it.
When we first started with, mobile phones back in 2003, my goodness.
Well, you'd been much longer.
I'd been with AT&T before that when I had my bag phone. Remember those?
No, they're not going to remember those.
Well, some people out there our age might have had a big bag phone, right? Help me out there. We all had bag phones, right? Except Todd. Whew, I thought so. Anyway, Verizon we'd had since 2003, and we were grandfathered into an unlimited data plan. Yeah. Now, back when we had a huge family plan and the kids were still at home and everything, that made sense because we were getting so many different phone lines and everything for that price. But now we were still grandfathered in to the unlimited data plan with Verizon Wireless, but with just the two of us, it was an awful lot we were spending for each phone, and we had to stick to a certain amount of minutes because our plan was so old that it was back when the younger generation still made phone calls to each other a lot. And our son-in-law, he knew that we had been looking at our Verizon Wireless bill and saying, that's an awful lot to be paying now, even though we're happy to be grandfathered in because it's unlimited data. So he called and said, or emailed and said, you guys are aware, right, that now everybody's starting to offer unlimited data plans? And we said, no. And he said, yeah, check it out. And he said, in my opinion, T-Mobile is the best. He said, but check out the others. The thing about T-Mobile is, though, they're really very pro-consumer. When he was traveling in Europe not too long ago, he thought, man, the competition for cell phone service over here is so great. It brings the rates way down. I wish that would happen in the United States. Well, now it has. And according to our son-in-law, it's because the CEO of T-Mobile said, this is crazy. Rates are getting out of control.
We checked with Verizon. We called our Verizon people and talked to them about the programs and what it would mean for us. And then we actually even walked down to the T-Mobile store here locally because we were going to find out the real stuff. And we went in and talked to them.
We
came out with T-Mobile service.
So we now have two unlimited data, unlimited phone calls, unlimited text plans for $50 each.
Right.
And guess what?
When you get the bill, it says
$100
and that's
for
it.
2 lines. And we just found out that we can add a third line because a third line can come on for free. I have to tell you, we had always been impressed with Verizon Wireless customer service. We've heard from other folks. I think wireless carriers are kind of like politics. Everybody has an opinion, and sometimes, it can be argumentative stuff. But for our experience anyway, Verizon had been great. But now we were going to check out T-Mobile's customer service. Who knew that it was going to be even better? The sales guy that dealt with us, it was as if we were the only people on the planet. It didn't matter. And we should mention that when we went in the store, we knew that our son-in-law had told us that there was a $150 offer going on that we don't know how long it's going to go on for. That's why we wanted to tell you about this right now. But he said, you each will get one of those. I thought he was mistaken.
Come on, we're not going to get $150 each, are we?
How could they give us $300 just for switching carriers? But they did. And lo and behold, a phone that I had ordered, it turns out to be they have a promotion with that, where just by bringing that to T-Mobile, that phone, we are getting another $325, which will be shaved off of our bill over the next few months. So what's not to like about the customer service and the pricing? Now, the signal strength. I did remember, I told my son-in-law, yeah, but a friend of mine had bad experience with the signal strength of T-Mobile. And he said, oh, well, how long ago was that? And I said, oh, wow. Oh, that was in 2005. Time goes quickly. And he said, I think it's probably better now.
One thing bad about our experience, and that is now our T-Mobile sales rep is living with us, but that's okay.
He's really not, but I would have brought him home and adopted him because he was that kind, that sweet, and just went out of his way to make sure that everything was great. Remember, I had a little problem with my text messaging that I wasn't sure what it was, so I called the customer service, and somehow that must have popped up on his screen too, because the sales guy called us back and said, hey, Deborah, I just saw that you had to call a little while ago. Is everything okay? I thought, man, this is like Stepford customer service.
Yeah.
Pretty doggone cool.
Now we may find 6 months from now that it goes bottom up and that it's the worst service ever and that everything the guys leave and they have crazy people working
We have to
there.
kick that guy out that's living in our house.
And at that point, we'll do another geyser review and let
we'll
you know
update
that
you.
that's the case. But right now, we're pleased with having made that decision to change. And I guess the word to you all is to please at least evaluate your service. It's a great time with the battles that are going on now. You may find that your current carrier is one you want to stay with, but there's a lot of neat stuff out there.
Yeah. Our son-in-law pointed out, by the way, that T-Mobile is very customer friendly. When new deals come along, they always incorporate the existing customers into these new savings, which Verizon didn't.
Or they haven't, at least up to this point.
That's true. That may all change because already T-Mobile's CEO has spurred these other companies to start offering unlimited data. And the T-Mobile CEO said, just watch. Next, they will quit having all the taxes and surcharges and all those other things. And I bet that's true because how sweet is it to get a bill? Our first bill came and it just says $100. No surprises in there. But that reminds me, the commercial they do about it where the woman is checking her daughter's hair for...
It's one of my favorites.
No, it says she's checking for fees, but it's supposed to be like fleas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he likes stuff like that, but I'm getting kind of nauseous thinking about it. So T-Mobile, if you don't mind changing your commercial, that would be great. I get it that fees rhymes with fleas, but it's just kind of, it reminds you of when the kids were little and you get those notes coming home with them like, check your child for head lice or whatever. So, but other than that, T-Mobile, at this point in time, you are a winner. So how many thumbs up for T-Mobile Geyser Review? If we had more thumbs, we'd put them up too. Thank you guys so much for watching the Todd and Debra Show.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.